They didn't lose to rivals. They didn't lose to pressure. They didn't lose to fear. They lost to their own bodies. And tennis history was never the same. Tennis isn't just a game of skill. It's a war between talent and durability. Because the cruel truth is this: the difference between legend and footnote is often a tendon, a wrist, a hip, a knee that never heals the same way twice. These players weren't exposed. They weren't overrated. They weren't frauds. They were good enough to change eras. But injury didn't just slow them down. It rewrote what tennis history was allowed to become. By the end of this video, you won't just remember these careers. You'll understand something deeper. Why some champions are remembered forever, and why others, just as talented, are remembered as what-ifs. Because what you're about to see isn't bad luck. It's the hidden cost of greatness. The stadiums were full. The opponents were legends. The moments were real. And then, the body failed. 1. Juan Martín del Potro, the giant who took down Federer, then fell apart. New York, Arthur Ashe Stadium, 2009 US Open Final. Roger Federer had won 5 straight US Open titles. He hadn't lost a Grand Slam final since 2008 Wimbledon. Then a 20-year-old from Argentina stepped onto the court. Del Potro didn't flinch. He lost the first set, then unleashed one of the most violent forehands tennis has ever seen. Del Potro defeated Federer 3-6, 7-6, 4-6, 7-6, 6-2. It wasn't luck. It wasn't a fluke. He stood toe-to-toe with the greatest of all time and broke him. Tennis had found its next titan. But the body couldn't keep up. Right wrist surgery, then left wrist surgery, then knee fractures. The wrist was only the beginning. After the 2009 US Open triumph, Del Potro's right wrist collapsed in 2010. Surgery followed, costing him nearly the entire season. When he finally returned, fate twisted the knife deeper. In 2014, his left wrist failed, forcing him to reinvent his forehand entirely, slicing instead of driving, surviving instead of imposing. Then came the knees. In 2018, Del Potro fractured his right kneecap at the Shanghai Masters. In 2019, another kneecap fracture, this time on the left. Each comeback demanded reinvention. Each reinvention cost power. Each injury erased momentum. He didn't just battle opponents. He battled anatomy. Every comeback was hopeful. Every setback was devastating. He beat Nadal. He beat Djokovic. He won Indian Wells in 2018. But never long enough. Del Potro proved he could beat the big three. Just never for an entire career. 2. Kei Nishikori, the body that betrayed the talent. 2014 US Open. Kei Nishikori didn't overpower opponents. He dismantled them. Timing, balance, tennis IQ. He beat Stan Wawrinka in the quarterfinals. He beat Novak Djokovic in the semifinals. Nishikori became the first Asian man to reach a Grand Slam final. But the cost was always there. Wrist injuries, elbow inflammation, knee surgeries. Every season restarted from zero. He beat Federer. He beat Nadal. He beat Djokovic. Just never when his body allowed continuity. Nishikori's brilliance came at a physical price. After his historic 2014 US Open run, his wrist injuries became chronic. Surgery in 2017 wiped out an entire season. Just as rhythm returned, his right elbow flared, limiting serve speed and match volume. Then the knees betrayed him. Multiple knee surgeries between 2019 and 2022 forced long layoffs. Each comeback starting from zero, each ranking rebuild steeper than the last. At his best, Nishikori dismantled giants with timing and intelligence. But tennis doesn't reward elegance without endurance. Nishikori had the skills to win slams, but not the durability to survive the tour.
3. Andy Murray, the champion who refused to quit. Andy Murray didn't collapse. He endured. 3 Grand Slam titles, Olympic gold medals, world #1 in 2016. He dethroned Djokovic in the longest, most brutal season of the modern era. By 2017, he was playing through pain so severe he struggled to sit between points. In 2018, the diagnosis arrived: hip degeneration, pain every step, training in agony, matches played on borrowed time. Multiple surgeries followed. He stood in Melbourne and spoke openly about retirement. In 2019, Murray underwent hip resurfacing surgery, inserting a metal implant, a procedure that had ended most athletes' careers. Most careers would have ended there. Murray came back anyway, not to dominate, not to win slams, but to compete. Even after returning, the body continued to rebel. Recurring ankle injuries, abdominal strains, and back issues haunted his comeback. He survived, at the cost of what his prime could have been. 4. Juan Carlos Ferrero, the prince who never became king. Early 2000s, before Nadal, before dominance, Juan Carlos Ferrero was Spain's future. French Open champion in 2003, world #1, elegant, ruthless, relentless. He looked like the future. Until the future slipped away. Ferrero's fall wasn't dramatic. It was gradual and unstoppable. After his 2003 French Open triumph, Ferrero began battling chronic back injuries that sapped explosiveness and endurance. Shoulder issues followed, limiting serve penetration and recovery between matches. By 2004 to 2005, the physical decline was clear. Long rallies became dangerous. 5-set matches became unwinnable. The rankings slipped. Confidence followed. Ferrero wasn't dethroned by rivals. His body quietly removed him from the throne room. Injury doesn't just steal matches. It steals momentum, confidence, identity. It changes how players train, how they swing, how they believe. Tennis history isn't written by talent alone. It's written by who survives. Some champions lift trophies, others leave behind silence and questions that never fade. These players weren't weak. They were human, and they remind us that greatness in tennis isn't guaranteed. It's borrowed. If this story moved you, if these careers made you pause, subscribe. Because the most powerful moments in tennis history aren't always the ones that ended the way we hoped. Defining moments, powerful stories, tennis history.